My name is Liesbet Geris. I'm a professor in computational tissue engineering at the University of Liège and the KU Leuven in Belgium. And I'm also the current executive director of the Virtual Physiological Human Institute, which is a non-profit organization, a scientific society, an international society for the promotion of in-silico medicine. In SimCardioTest, the VPH Institute has the role of engaging the stakeholders, building the community, and also we're involved in some of the regulatory work that is going on within the project. In order for in-silico methods to be fully taken up by the community and used in actual clinical practice, it is really important to have all the players on board. And this is not only the patients, the patient organizations, the clinicians, the healthcare providers, but it also means, of course, that regulators need to be able to approve these technologies, that policies need to be in place that allow for the use of these technologies, and a whole host of other stakeholders that can be involved in one way or another. So it's really important that all of these groups are involved in the proposal, and it's precisely that we aim to do here in SimCardioTest by organizing specific activities, taking the results that have been realized on the scientific side of SimCardioTest and somehow translating them to the stakeholders, trying to understand what it is that they don't understand or that they need or that they want to see, and try to make these two worlds meet. The use of in-silico technologies for specific stakeholders could have various benefits. If we take it from the patient side, it could allow for a more personalized approach to their healthcare. It could also allow for a faster transition from in the development phase of medical therapies. So there are various points where there might be an interest for the patient organization to better understand what is going on and to help maybe push certain developments. When we are translating in-silico technologies to the patient, it is really crucial to make sure that the safety of the patients are guaranteed. That is also, amongst others, the role of regulators like the European Medicines Agency, like the Food and Drug Administration in the US. And so it's really important for the in-silico community to work very closely together with these bodies to make sure that the things that we produce can be thoroughly assessed by them, and that we provide them with the evidence that they need to assess the credibility of the technologies that we develop. At this moment, of course, we are not starting from zero in SimCardioTest. A lot of initiatives have already been taken within the community that now the consortium can contribute to and help facilitate by showing yet another example of what these models can mean for the different stakeholders. So at this moment, we have performed a mapping exercise where we look at who might be the best people to talk to in the context of SimCardioTest. And in the next step, we will identify specific activities for these different groups of people that we have identified. The added value for an organization as the VPH Institute to be involved in a project like SimCardioTest is multiple. There's, of course, the ability to be engaging with some of our members, the consortium members of SimCardioTest, to help develop success stories that are always good to use when we're talking to policymakers or regulators or other stakeholders. There's the ability, of course, within the project to be able to further develop some of the activities that we have been doing, like creating guidances with regulators, like reaching out to patient organizations. And overall, it allows us to connect this project with other projects and really build the community into a very strong and thriving community. I think the use of in-silico trials in the context of healthcare and medicine is only going to increase and going to become stronger, in the sense that it will become a standard tool. In some cases, it has already become a standard tool, but I think the number of cases where this will be used is going to expand. Because the more we can show what models can do, the better people understand, and the more people will start using them. And so there's really a cascade that is taking place, and that projects like these are essential in contributing to. The benefits of using in-silico technologies for citizens in general and for patients in specific can be a number of things. There is, for instance, the increase of the safety by being able to test certain things in silico that we might not be able to test in a bench test or in an animal test. There are those patient groups that normally are not the subject of clinical trials, like rare diseases, like children, those can now use in silico trials to at least do a minimum amount of safety testing before drugs are approved in those patient populations. There is also the speeding up of the development of new medical treatments from the research phase to the clinical uptake. Then there is also the use of these models in a context where healthcare can, as a whole, the system can be optimized and we can try to use these models to reduce the overall cost and the overall increasing costs of healthcare. So now it's high time that we reach out to healthcare providers, to patients, so that together we can work on realizing their unmet medical needs by the use of these in silico technologies. So if you're watching this video and you think you want to understand better what in silico technologies could mean for you, then of course you're very welcome to reach out to the coordinators of SimCardioTest, to the VPH Institute, or to maybe the local in silico technology developers in your own institution.